Last week, the Intelligence Community Inspector General, Charles McCullough, sent an unclassified letter to the Senate Intelligence and Foreign Relations Committee chairman. He also sent a carbon copy to the Inspector General of the State Department. The letter dealt with the classification determination for former Secretary Clinton's emails. I just want to read you part of what the Inspector General wrote because it deals with the State Department. He said, quote, "To date, I have received 2 sworn declarations from one IC element. These declarations cover several dozen emails containing classified information." By the way, this letter was posted as a PDF by the New York Times. "Classified information determined by the IC element to be at the confidential, secret, and top secret SAP levels. According to the declarant, these documents contain information derived from classified IC element sources. Due to the presence of top secret SAP information, I provided these declarations under separate cover to the Intelligence Oversight Committees in the Senate and House leadership. The IC element is coordinating with state to determine how these documents should be properly treated in the FOIA litigation," unquote. Does the State Department in any way contest the accuracy of Inspector General McCullough's letter?
So you're talking about the ICIG.
Right, this is Inspector General Charles McCullough. He sent this letter to, among others, the Inspector General of the State Department. This letter was posted as a PDF by the New York Times.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, no, I just wanted to make sure I had the specifics right. Look, a couple points to make. We here at the State Department are focused on, and we've said this many times, we're focused on and committed to releasing former Secretary Clinton's emails in a manner that protects sensitive information. We take this very seriously. We've said repeatedly that we anticipate more upgrades on these emails throughout our release process. But that process is still ongoing. That FOIA review process is still ongoing. Once that process is complete, if it is determined that information should be classified as top secret, we will do so.
Well, do you contest the declared statement, the sworn statement by this officer of an intelligence community element who says there not only were classified information, there's top secret SAP information in Hillary Clinton's emails? Does the State Department contest that sworn declaration?
Again, I don't want to speak to allegations that the ICIG are making.
You think there are allegations,
no, I'm
not facts.
Look, I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is it's not for me from a public podium to question the findings that they may have. We've also said for some time now that, while our role is going through these emails for ultimately for public release, redacting or upgrading or classifying them as necessary for public release. Sorry, let me finish. That there are concurrently investigations looking into other aspects of these emails. And I'm not going to speak to those investigations or those processes. I just can't.
The State Department does not contest the accuracy of the Inspector General's letter. The State Department is saying there isn't something in there they disagree with.
Well, I mean, look, I can't speak specifically to what he's referring to. I don't know specifically what the emails they are referring to. What we've said in the past, and we've talked about the difficulty in determining classification, that it is, and we in fact invited the IC into this process. So we have people working as we review these emails from the IC, integrated into our overall team. But these are going to be discussions that we're going to have within this group, within the interagency, determine ultimately the classification of these emails.
Ultimately, so I just want to clarify something. Yeah. According to the Inspector General's letter, he said, quote, "I received 2 sworn declarations from one IC element." So someone under oath in a U.S. intelligence community element said the information that he got, which included that some of the material was confidential, secret, and top secret SAP. It then says that, according to the declarant, these documents contain information derived from classified IC element sources. Is the State Department saying that this person's sworn declaration about the classification of these materials may not be correct?
No, I mean, I'm not going to speak to the specific allegations from this podium. What I can say is that as we continue to go through these emails, we're going to look at what among these emails must be upgraded or are classified going forward.
He said, but the letter says derived from classified IC element sources. Right? It's the State Department contending that this information, which came from a person who is sworn, that it may in fact not be correct.
No, I'm just saying that we're looking at this. We're still going through these emails, preparing them for public release through the FOIA process. If it's determined that any information needs to be classified.
So right now, the State Department does not agree with this IC element that these, in fact, were derived from intelligence community sources.
All I'm saying is we're continuing the process. We're looking at these emails. I'm not going to speak to what they've found one way or the other. That's all I can say.
Okay, because it says that this IC element is coordinating with state to determine how these documents should be properly treated. So this element, they're coordinating.
Well, I spoke to that. I just spoke to that. The fact that there are IC elements working within our FOIA processing unit.
It says the IC element. So
yeah, there is.
The State Department may not agree with the sworn under oath declaration of this element of the U.S. intelligence community that this information was classified and derived from IC sources.
Again, I'm just going to leave it where I left it before. Okay?